So, Star Wars Battlefront, December 2015. It's so close. It's 9 months away, actually even less than 9 months at this point because March is almost up. And we are finally going to be playing Star Wars Battlefront again. We're going to be getting a new experience for the Star Wars Battlefront world. It's so close that I can almost taste it. I can almost taste the Star Wars battle rifles, the stormtroopers, the sands of Tatooine, the snow of Hoth. I can just taste it. But at the same time, it's so far away. It's almost an entire year away before we will be able to experience the Star Wars universe again in an actual video game. It's been so long since the last Star Wars video game, and it's been even longer since the last Star Wars Battlefront, and it's just unbelievable to think that it's that close, but at the same time, it's so far away. But luckily, we did get some insight recently on when we will be getting some Star Wars Battlefront gameplay in the very near future. If you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, recently EA has confirmed that Star Wars Battlefront will be shown off for the first time at next month's Star Wars Celebration. This event will be taking place in Anaheim, California from the dates of April 16th to April 19th, and we are finally going to get to see what Star Wars Battlefront is all about. We're not going to get that little snippet like we did 2 years ago where they just showed us some rendered out in-game footage or in-engine footage that wasn't actually any proper representation of what we will actually be playing, but at the same time, it did give us a little bit to hold us over until we were able to actually see it now. So we're just about upon it. It's just like 3 weeks away, if that long, before we will be able to actually see what Star Wars Battlefront will look like. And a lot of questions have been risen as to what that will be, and hopefully I can kind of talk about what I believe it will end up being. So obviously it is going to be made by DICE, and DICE did have a little bit of a hiccup with Battlefield 4, but that's not to say they're a bad developer. I actually made a separate video talking about why I still have faith in them making it. They've been working on Battlefront for a couple years now, 2 or 3 years, and that's plenty of time to get a game solid, and I feel like DICE, when focusing on it, not focusing on other games, Battlefield 4 has been taken over by DICE LA, and Battlefield Hardline is being monitored by Visceral Games. So DICE in Stockholm, Sweden has focused all their attention on Star Wars Battlefront. Is finally going to give us a fairly good game, but because it is made by DICE, we will probably see some very Battlefield-esque types little features within it, and it will definitely seem very familiar to Battlefield players, but I'm not going to say that that's going to take away from what Star Wars Battlefront is. I feel like DICE will end up adding in some game modes where you can almost play Battlefront as a Battlefield type game, and I think that would be really awesome, running around in a Battlefield that's in Star Wars. Like, you're running around with blaster pistols and things like that, and you're just running around the entire maps as stormtroopers and clone troopers and droids and whatever have you, and fighting each other. I think that's going to be awesome, but I'm sure DICE will end up including some of the old school type Battlefront game modes, such as the battles in space and your big wars on the actual planets like Geonosis and all those other planets like that. So we will get some stuff like that, but I'm sure there will be some Battlefield stuff. And a lot of people have thought that that would be a negative thing. They don't want to see Battlefield involved in Battlefront. They don't want to see a Battlefield, Star Wars Battlefield. They want to see an actual Battlefront, but there's no reason to look at it negatively because it's just adding more to what we already had. Who says more isn't better? More can be better if it is carried out in the proper way. Now, in previous examples, such as Battlefield 4, the more they added, the worse it got, but now that they are actually focusing their attention on a game such as Star Wars Battlefront, I am certain that the game is going to be amazing, and I'm extremely excited for it, especially since it's only 3 weeks away that we get to actually see what we are in store for. And I personally am extremely excited about that, and I'm sure you guys are probably excited as well. But that is all for this video. I really wanted to just let you guys know what to expect in the next month, how we are actually going to be getting some Battlefront gameplay, and what we might end up seeing by my speculations and assumptions because of who it is made by and other things like that that are factors involved in this. But I feel like a lot of you guys are probably extremely excited for this information, whether you are a Star Wars fan or just a fan of the video games, it doesn't matter, because these games are probably going to be some of the most popular that have ever graced any platform in a long time. But that has been all for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, then be sure to leave me a rating. That would be very appreciated. But as always, this has been Lupus, and I will catch you guys in the next one.